Deputy Mick Barry. Now Deputy Mick Wallace. 7.5 minutes.
Thanks, Minister, it's almost a year since it was the Home Building Finance Ireland was first announced, and Minister Donoghue told us that it would deliver 6,000 homes with funding of 750 million. And it hasn't delivered any house yet. And at the time, Minister, and you might remember, I actually thought, you know, maybe this might be a worthwhile exercise, because I thought you'd actually give it to the builders. I actually find it soul-destroying at this stage, your failure to actually deal properly with the housing crisis, with the dysfunctional nature in which housing is supplied in this country. As we've had a problem for a long time. And it didn't start under this government. It started a long time ago, but it's continuing under the two governments since I came in here, and the failure to deal with it properly. Now, you're talking about a principle of you're talking about lending money, in this case here, for people to build, and you're talking with your land development agency of coming up with state lands and getting people to build on it. But you're not going to, I mean, with the land development agency, you're talking about 10%, 30 and 60 in terms of social, affordable and private. In this one, and for the life of me, I'm wondering why, given that the private developers and land bankers are sitting on so much land at the moment, as they watch the price of it and value of it rise, why you're actually giving in to them and giving them state land to build private housing. Now listen, I'm all for building private housing, right? But I think the state is not the one that we should be building it. I'd be okay with you guys giving money to builders to build housing on condition that it was going to be affordable. On condition that it was affordable, right? So what's affordable? Now, I mean, Minister Murphy was talking last week about affordable price being somewhere from the 325 or 350 range, in that area. That's not affordable for most people in Ireland today, and it isn't going to be. And what's more, I can assure you the price won't stand still either. Listen, you know a bit about the industry, right? There's a big difference between the builder and the developer, and you just keep mixing them up. This government keeps mixing them up, and so did the last one. The developer is looking for something in the range of between 60 and 80,000 profit per unit. The builder isn't. You and I know plenty of builders that if they got 10,000 a unit profit on every unit they built, they'd be happy bunnies. But not to the developer. And you're talking about engaging developers. You're not going to the small builders that can rescue and work for you at a fair price. They're not the people you're talking about. You're going to the big buys, the same as NAM have done. I mean, the principle of how NAM have been working for 4 years isn't much different from this, or from the Land Development Agency. Just for example, I mean, NAM have been given money to their favourite chosen ones to build out land. For example, Maryborough in Cork, NAMA funded it. 4 beds are starting at 470,000. Why would a state body give money to a developer to provide housing at 470? I don't understand that. Piper's Hill in Kildare, NAMA funded it, got Mulrine to build it. 3 beds starting at 345. Culdove in Malahide, NAMA funded it. 4 beds were going for 460,000 back in 2016. There's other schemes. I've mentioned several of them before. There's no rationale behind this. This is actually inflating the price. Ye are throwing diesel on the fire by allowing the likes of NAMA fund developments where the builder, or the developer, can end up charging a price that's unaffordable for most people. This doesn't stack up. Ye have immense amount of land to build on. I don't understand why ye don't. You say the local authorities are not fit for purpose. First of all, I don't understand why you don't make them fit for purpose to build out the land. Now, they're not going to build it themselves, right? They're going to hire builders to do it. Builders, not developers. I don't know why you don't go for that model. And if not, I mean, with this land development agency, why don't you just put the people you need in the local authorities? If the expertise is not in there, put them in there. Get them to run it on a regional basis, on a county basis, whatever it takes. And get them to hire builders in their area to build out schemes and to provide them at a certain price. Give them a certain price. They'll price it. You get 10 builders to price any project. And you pick one that you think is going to do you a good job and you're getting a fair price from. It's not rocket science. Minister, you know that since we came in here in 2011, it's got worse and worse and worse. The manner that you're dealing with it isn't the right way. It's not. I'm frustrated to death because I know how the industry operates. I know where the bodies are buried. And you're just throwing diesel on the fire. It really doesn't make any sense. And I really wish you should stop listening to the wrong people, because you're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to people who have a vested interest in housing being very expensive at the moment. I can guarantee you, today is the 19th of September 2018, I guarantee you, within 3 to 4 years, I guarantee you, the price of property in this country is going to fall again. Guaranteed. We have not dealt with the fundamental problems of the last recession. We are not handling this properly. We're going in the wrong direction, and we're just walking into trouble. And we are not going to be supplying affordable housing in the next couple of years. It's crazy, Minister. Please, someone needs to get a grip. Stop listening to the vested interests who want property to be very expensive in Ireland. I can assure you, I mean, I brought in a bill in July about land bank, tax and land banking, a 25% tax, right? And that's where our expensive supply of housing starts. I can assure you, 99% of Fine Gael supporters would benefit from cheaper housing in Ireland. 99% of Fine Gael supporters, plus 99% plus of Fine Gael supporters would benefit if ye do this properly and deal with this properly. Now, talk about everybody else, but obviously you represent a better off clientele in the country than the other parties in here. And they will benefit from it. The people that are wealthy in this country, their kids can't get mortgages. They can't afford most of the houses that have been built. It's nuts.